Intern Takeover. My name's Renee Luca, and I'm with
Becky, Bressan.
And we are both interns at MusicWorx in San Diego, California, and doing this podcast for our special project.
I am originally from Southern Colorado, and Renee over here is from
Wisconsin.
And we're really enjoying California. We're super excited to be here, and we're very excited about this podcast. We decided to do this podcast because during the time that Renee and I have been in the music therapy field, we've seen some holes in the profession that we really think a podcast can address. So through this podcast, we're hoping to foster community, provide resources, bring people together with those resources and with stories, advocate for the profession, validate the profession, and just have some fun and let everybody know that though we are a young and spread out profession, you're not alone, and we all have those classic music therapy stories.
That being said, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to fill out our survey and making this podcast as interactive as possible. We had 290 something?
Yeah, we had way more responses than we thought we were going to.
And it's overwhelmingly awesome. We feel so supported in this, and we got to tailor and analyze all this data and comments that you have shared to make these podcasts awesome. With that, we took a comment of, instead of doing a resource episode, we're going to do resource corners at the end of every single episode that we have. So we still need your help, and we need you to submit any tips, tricks, or go-to skills, or
any intervention, tech, chants, websites, anything that you learned in music therapy that you were like, oh my goodness, how did I survive without that? You know, any of those resources, submit to us, and we want to share them with everybody so we can all be the best, clinicians that we can be.
Yeah, and grow ourselves as a community by providing free resources for people. And as you go from student to intern to professional, there's always something that you can learn with everyone else's experiences.
The other thing that we're going to do based on comments from the survey is we're going to have a patient interaction episode where we're going to talk through and read through all of your patient interactions, the good ones, the sad ones, the funny ones, the ones where people just straight up turn you down or like, get out of here, the ones where you're like, what is music therapy? Whether that's in a good way because something went wonderfully, or in a
terrible,
this entire session crashed. We want to hear all of it because there's always something to learn from it, and there's always somebody on the other end listening going, wow, I thought I was the only one. So please submit all of those. Make sure that they're as HIPAA compliant as you can. We'll also be weeding through all of them and making sure they're HIPAA compliant, but censor out any confidential patient information. If you do have a release for any of those patient stories, send that to us so we can include it. But if not, just make sure you're following the rules. We'll all be good.
Yeah. You can submit all of this information to info@musictherapywellnesshub.com. That's our email. Again, that's info@musictherapywellnesshub.com. This email will be in our descriptions of the podcast. It's going to be on all of our social media, so Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Follow us, like, share. And our first episode will be released October 7th, early in the morning, so you can quick download that and listen on your commute into work or wherever you commute. If you're a traveling music therapist, we know you got hours of traffic, so you can listen to a 30-minute episode of awesomeness. And
yeah, we're so excited about this first episode. We are going to be looking at generational viewpoints. We're interviewing a lot of great MTBCs, a student, an intern. We're trying to get a very wide view on what is the profession, what are we looking at, what do each of these generations think is important, and what do we want to change, what do we want to cultivate, and how can we communicate that better as a profession to really help the field move forward.
We're excited. We're ready to hear from you. We're ready to interact with you. So please like, share, subscribe, submit information, comment on anything. We'll read it and take that feedback and soar. So together, this is going to be really fun, really amazing, and really supportive. So yeah, do all those things.
This is the podcast by MTBC. Well, almost MTBC.
Almost MTBC.
This is the podcast by almost music therapists for anybody in any stage of music therapy.
So thank you so much for listening, and we hope to see you and hear from you in the future. R&B out.